sometimes all the voices are telling you the wrong shit, man. But through years, not a podcast or listening to a book or reading a book, years of sacrifice, of suffering, of diligent, pinpoint fucking work on what you want to do for yourself. Not like, oh, let me just do a bunch of shit. I want to be in every task possible. No. Pinpoint what I want to do with my life. What happens is you have all these voices that are telling you you're fucked up and this is going to be hard. But for some reason, you put so much practice into you that you can ignore every one of them that are telling you you're not going to fucking make it and still be able to fucking make it. Because you have put the practice in that you know this is the process. It's such a daunting task that all the voices are saying no. But you still have the conviction that I know I can do this. And that's what it took for me to get here. 20, 30 years ago, I had this 35 or whatever it was, 30 to 25 years ago, pipe dream. And ever since then, every voice was like, you're a fucking nut. But when you put that practice in, every day you lace them up, and I don't mean run, it's just a metaphor for life. When you lace them motherfuckers up every day, pretty soon you win. Pretty soon you'll fucking win. If you have the courage and the heart and the dedication and the mindset about everybody can go fuck themselves. I know what I know. I've listened to myself enough to know I know what I know. None of you can hear what I'm hearing. And that's what people don't do enough of. They don't listen to their journey. They listen to everybody else's shit. Before you know it, I'm crazy. But if I'm so fucking crazy, why am I so successful? How'd that happen? I'm so misguided and fucked up and don't listen to him. Why am I the only one to do a whole bunch of shit? Why am I a trailblazer? Why? How is that possible? How can you be fucked up and also self-made the same? No. Obviously, you're not looking at the truth in front of you. The truth in front of you is it sucks. It's painful. It's fucking mind-numbing. And that is the truth. And that's why a lot of people don't like listening to me. Because this is what it takes. Creating another voice and sometimes going at it alone. All the time going at it alone. Because no one's going to believe in you. And that's that.
Don't you think that your happiness is probably elevated by the amount of pain that you've gone through?
100%.
So the amount of suffering that you understand, the amount of pain that you've gone through makes you appreciate the happiness and the beautiful moments with much more intensity.
That's what weak people miss about my story. Weak people hear this soft kid, oh my God, he must be miserable. Oh my God, what the hell's wrong with him? You're missing the fucking story. You're not listening to the story, man. Look what I overcame. If that doesn't put some badge of honor tattooed in your fucking brain for the rest of your life, that you can die today talking to Joe Rogan, you're missing the story, man. Am I happy? What the fuck do you think? Don't misunderstand the passion in which I speak for not being intensely happy. Happiest person in the world. But I'm not done. So I'm not going to speak to you like, oh man, everything is great. No, I have a lot more shit to do. A lot more shit to do.
Well, this is in the same use of the word that you used, the warrior's mentality, the warrior's life.
Right.
This is the way that you can keep balanced and sane.
Right.
And keep a good grip on who you are.
Period. And like there's a quote that was said, this guy said, going into combat, going into war, out of the 100 men that go into war, 10 shouldn't even fucking be there. 80 of them are just targets. 9 do most of the fighting. 1 is a warrior. And it's a true quote to life. I saw it going through training. I saw it everywhere I went. There's so many people who just show up to life that shouldn't even fucking be around. And there's few people who do all the work. I wanted to be part of that 9, and I'm working towards being that 1. Every morning starts with a run. And that's because that's the one thing I hate to do more than anything in the world. So that's like my cup of coffee. And I'm all about armoring yourself. So the second you leave your house, and the second you open your phone, the second you do any of that, you are now letting in poison and cancer. So I make sure a lot of things you can't avoid. So as I get up, I start to armor plate my mind and body. Like a person's going to war, you put your body armor on. That's what I'm doing on that run. I'm waking up and I'm giving myself all this armor. So when I come out in the world, now look at that phone, I'm ready. I'm not waking up late. I'm not rushing around. I'm not disorganized because I know I'm gonna get hit in the fucking mouth. There's an art to getting hit in the fucking mouth. And that is why these things are important. You have to wake up and you have to give yourself belief. You have to give yourself confidence. So it starts with that run. So after the run, I come home, I eat something small.
How long's the run typically at the moment?
Nowhere under 12 miles. So 12 miles is the minimum.
And what are you getting that done in? How long?
It depends. Right now I'm running heart rate. So I'm running like 8:15s, 8:30s because I'm retraining right now. Because
what's that? Is that zone 2 for you?
Zone 2.
Yep.
Because of the leg surgery I had. So I'm going back, starting from scratch. So anywhere from about 1:30 to 2 hours, I run every day.
Mm-hmm.
So
you're fasted on the morning?
Yes.
Up, straight out?
Straight out.
90 minutes to 2 hours of running, back,
Yep.
Eat,
and I'm in the gym. So, and then after that, to whatever's on the plan for the day. That's how that works every day.
Are you still doing your stretching? Because you've got
Every
2
night.
hours of...
Every night.
2 hours of meditation,
Mm-hmm.
90 minutes to 2 hours of running.
Mm-hmm.
How long's the gym session?
Depends, 45 to an hour and a half.
Stretching, meditation, run, eat, gym. What-
Is there something I'm missing, Jennifer? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Forgot about that.
You cycle as well?
Yeah.
How long are you cycling?
It just depends. I do stationary bike right now a lot.
Uh-huh. What are you
So-
using? Is it like a watt bike or something similar?
Yeah, something similar. So I put my bike on a like trainer and I cycle.
Yep.
At least 3 or 4 days a week I'll do that. So
That's your day. There is no room for anything else.
yeah, there is a lot of room. So there's
Okay.
24 hours and I use it all pretty well.
How's your sleep? What's your sleep like?
It's really good.
Okay.
It
You're
is
getting
now.
8 hours-ish, something like that?
7-8 hours. Yeah.
Well, you'd need to with
Yeah.
this sort of volume.
7-8 hours
And you're still doing your stretching stuff?
every night.
So
Every
you've got a
single
4-hour block, basically, of stretching and meditation?
night.
Do you
No,
ever
that's all in one block.
You combine the two, right?
Yeah, that's all in one block.
Cool.
Yep.
That's one hell of a day.
It is, and it's been like that for 7 years.
But going back to what you said before about needing to cap success, you wouldn't be able to fit even 1/10 of that in
Exactly.
if you were chasing down.
Exactly.
Yep.
That's exactly it. So if all that's f***ed up, that's why I got to cap success because I can't put that in. And that's my growth factor. So, that's my human growth factor. I realized I was just a sorry motherfucker. I quit pararescue. I was afraid of the water. Every time shit got hard, like I said, I didn't have talent. I didn't have shit. And whenever shit got hard for me, I thought I was on my way out, and I got sucked back in. I become a loser again real quick. And I see them all the time. There's a lot of fucking losers out here that won't face it. I was like, oh man, you gotta go back and visit this motherfucker. I haven't seen my dad in fucking years, man. Years. But I knew where I came from. I knew where my mindset came from. I knew where my demons were. So my whole idea when I went back to see my dad was I was hoping that I could just fucking call myself a loser and it's because of you, Dad. So I was hoping to go back and get the confirmation that I always wanted. That wasn't my fault. That voice in my head was so loud. It's not your fault, David. It's not your fault you can't read and write. It's not your fault that people call you fucking nigger. It's not your fault. It's not your fault this, not your fault that. It's not your fault that you're fat. It's not your fault that you quit shit. It's not your fault. So I was like, okay, man, I'm gonna go back, visit this motherfucker so I can just squash it and I can just go on and be a fucking loser because you fucked me up. And when I got there, I drove to Buffalo, saw my dad. Same routine as it was when I was 8 years old, man. Walked in, what's up? Went to Skateland. I sat in that fucking couch that he would cheat on my mom with. And I sat on that couch in the corner, and I was like, God, what the fuck, man? And it was a whole normal day. And the more I was around him, he started getting drunk. And I won't go through the whole thing, but I started seeing, man, I started having I always had these conversations with myself. I'm like, man, this motherfucker, he came from hell. His dad would put him in front of a furnace. And like, if he moved, he'd get burnt. So when my dad got beat, his dad would put him in front of a furnace. And if he would have moved, he'd fucking get burnt up. So my dad had to sit there and take it. So he never dealt with his fucking demons. So his demons became mine. His demons became mine. And motherfuckers think you die and the demon goes with you, man. Don't be a fucking fool, bro. You know, like, that's why I'm proud of myself. I took his demons and mine. And people were always looking for some great fucking apology. You know, oh my God, like, you know, my dad needs to say sorry, or people who fucking called you out your name, or nobody gonna come back and say sorry to you, motherfucker. Ain't nobody saying shit to you. You better fucking man the fuck up. So I looked at him. He didn't face his demons, but I'm gonna face mine. So on that drive back home, that's what I started doing.